All right, guys, we're doing session 2 of our lesson 24 math lesson. It says understanding comparing fractions. Okay. It says write a fraction less than 3/4. So if I make a circle and I cut it into fourths, and then I highlight this, let's highlight. How much is this? 1/4. How much is this? 3/4. Okay. So if I highlight again, this is 3/4, right? And it says that I want a fraction that's less than 3/4. Is that less than 3/4? Yes. So that would be what's the fraction for that? 2/4. Okay. If I do this, what's the fraction for that? 1/4. I'm going to write it right here. So those are fractions that are less than 3/4. Okay. Especially because the denominators are the same, it makes it a lot easier. Just find a number that's less than 3, with the same denominator, which is 4. All right. Okay. Here we said write the fractions. Write the fractions shaded below each model. All right. Let's do that. All right. What's the fraction for the first one? 6, like this? Oh, no, 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 no. There's one shaded in out of 6 total, 1/6. What's the fraction for the next one? Again, how many are shaded in? 1. What's the total? How many sections do I have? 2 sections. It's not this. That's not it. Okay? That would be 2 whole numbers. Okay? Then it says, circle the fraction that is greater. Which was greater, 1/6 or 1/2? Really? Wait, you're saying that this is greater than that? Look at the amount that the circle is shaded in. I ask you again. What's greater, 1/6 or 1/2? 1/2. Do not look at the denominator and go, oh, 6 is bigger than 2. Look at the models. All right? So what's the fraction for the first one, letter B? 3, 6, because there's 3 shaded in out of 6 total. What's the fraction for the other one? There's 4 shaded in out of 6 total. Okay? So which one's greater? Obviously, because 4 is greater than 3. Again, it says write the fraction of the shaded part. Well, let's see. How many are shaded in on the first one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of how many total? 8. Then it said shade the second model that shows a greater fraction. So if I have 5 shaded in, how many can I shade in on the other one to make it greater? I could shade all of them. What else? I could shade 7, right? Or I could shade 6. So I could shade 6/8. I could shade 7/8, or I could shade the whole thing, right? All these fractions right here are greater than 5/8. Okay? There you go. That's probably the easiest one. All right. Okay, how about here? It says write the fraction that's shaded below the first model. Okay, so what's the fraction of the first model? What is it? 2/3. How do I know that? Because there's 2 sections that are shaded out of the 3 total. Okay, then it says divide the shaded, the second model to show a fraction that's less than this. All right, I could divide it into thirds, right? And it just shade maybe this. Is that less than 2/3? Yes, that would be 1/3. Okay, I could shade. I could do it like this. And shade that. That would be 1/6. Is that less than 1/3? Is that less than 2/3? I shaded this part, guys. Is that less than 2/3? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So anything. So if I draw my line across, about right here, anything less than this section, okay? I could divide it into eighths. I could divide it into fifths, okay? I could divide it into into thirds, but just color one section in like that. So that would be 2, okay. 1/8 would be good. 1/5 would be less than that. Okay, as long as it's less than the shaded part that you have on the first one. Now we said it's a circular fraction that's less. We said that 3/8 is less than 3/4, right? Because that's 3/8 is closer to 0. So now look at this one. Is it asking greater or less? Look at the sentence. Sorry, go back. Look at the sentence. It says what's greater. Don't assume it's the same question as before. Okay, so which one is greater? Which one? 4/6. Okay, that's actually closer to 1. Says how it's comparing fractions with area models like comparing fractions on a number line. Okay, it's just the distance between 0, away from 0 or closer to 1. Okay, some models have more that are filled in, okay, than others. Okay, which one's less? How do we know? Well, we said, okay, we learned this week that if my numbers at the top are the same, if my numerators are the same like this, if my numerators are the same, okay, the smaller denominator makes it a bigger fraction, okay? So look, I'm going to try and make the same circle about the same size. They're about the same size, right? Yes? All right. So here's 8 right here. I'm going to try to do the best I can. Going across like this. Here's 6ths. Five eighths, right? So here's 5/8. And here is 5/6. So based on my model, which one's greater? 5/6, right? So this is 5/6, and this is 5/8. So you see, based on my model, even though technically 8 is bigger as a whole number, okay? If I look at my model, there's more of the circle shaded in the 5/6, right? Okay, so that's why it's important to draw a model to help you.